And by a canon mono, a sim catchery as zero. And the Lorena condition is Serena and Emina is 24. As no Basinkata drew number. As soon as Unga the kitchen each other wago. Try Kurotaco Diri. Isa. I do consider. I know Basinkata about 26th of November. I declare na connecting with update job na bifenomena Nibo. I will tell you if I na morning tea. Wogasi ife Biafran Prime Minister Ebonyi Sibo Mazi Simon Ekpa wonife wogasi n'iru akwụkwọ esika wetara unu ka unu ga-eyabe ife ọ dị nnukwu mkpa unu ga-esi ya bife ọfụma unu adrọpụrụ anyị kọmentị unu gbasara maka ife ichere n'ife a Biafran Prime Minister bụ Mazi Simon Ekpa kwuru n'iru akwụkwọ a. Alright, over to you, sir.
And eliminate our culture and values. This will and must be resisted with everything in us. They want to eliminate our national identity. They want to eliminate our sense of being. They want to eliminate our history. And above all, they want to eliminate our hope in the future. These are war crimes. And nobody is talking about it. We are not even expecting anybody to talk about it. We are going to force them to talk about it in due time. But I want to make it very clear, as the Prime Minister of the Biafra Republic of Israel this evening, that this amount to war crimes. These are crimes against humanity. In Imo, in Aba, in Enugu, in Ebonyi, and Obibo massacre have been replicated in the Biafra land and across other ethnic nationalities in their land occupied by the Nigeria-sponsored Islamists and terrorists in uniform and other forces. It is time for everyone to wake up. Another target in Biafra land on the Islamization agenda in Biafra, the plan against our children and young men. The Biafra government has estimated over 45,000 have been killed. 10,000 are missing. 11,000 people, Biafra young men and women, are illegally held in custody, including Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who they kidnapped from Kenya, and over 3 million have been displaced from their homes by the United Kingdom-backed Islamization of Nigeria. Today, my fellow Biafra, we the Biafra people, through the Biafra Republic government in exile, announce to the world the firm resolve of Biafra that the unprovoked military aggression, the Nigerian terrorist military aggression by Islamic State-led Nigeria in Biafra land shall be ruthlessly resisted with all the means available to the people of Biafra. I have been able to show on the screen that Nigeria has been officially addressed as Islamic State by the United Kingdom, recognized by the Foreign Secretary David Macron or Cameron. And today we wish to inform international community of the determination by the Biafra people to resist most determinedly and to make futile all the violence by the Islamic State and the proxy Islamic Northern Army, the terrorist Nigeria Army, David Cameron, announced of Nigeria as an Islamic state is an attempt to deprive our children their childhood and their roots. It must be resisted. This is yet another blatant attempt at erasing Biafrans and other indigenous nationality identity in Nigeria. It is undeniable and it is unforgivable. It is also punishable that everything is coming from the back door. They wrote a constitution that was never a constitution, and they say, we the people of Nigeria. Nobody voted for the constitution. No National Assembly agreed to the constitution, and it was said, we. And they force it on you. Today they have come to say Nigeria is an Islamic state, and you have pastors who all they do is to scam the people of Biafra. We are going to impose a very heavy sanction on the church, especially those that are having services in Biafra territory, because you have failed to uphold your values as people of God. So the Biafra government is putting you on notice from today. We are coming for the church, for the Christians who have failed woefully. We will make you to stand on your toe going forward, because you have failed the church, you have failed the Christendom, you have failed in every ramification, that you are being addressed as an Islamic state and you dare not to talk, and you expect the Biafra government to look or overlook you when you are in a better position to educate your congregation of what is going on in Nigeria. You refuse. You can enjoy your whatever Islamic agenda in other parts of Nigeria, but going forward, we are coming with a very stringent measures against you in Biafra land. Biafra land will no longer be conducive for those who are hiding under Christian and supporting the Islamization and the killing going on in Biafra land, because your voice would go a very long way in bringing the awareness of our freedom to show that we are not accepting Islamic State. But that you have refused to do. All the big pastors, fathers, and whatever, Biafra government is taking charge very, very soon. Like I said, the first time in history, the United Kingdom is openly acknowledging that the false amalgamation was really false. Every attempt by the United Kingdom and Nigeria to force Biafra into Islamic State will be resisted, and the resistance is part of the ongoing self-defense that have gradually transited into an offensive resistance in Biafra land, as they are confessing today. It is going to even get worse. And we will continue to spearhead the effort to make sure that Nigeria and UK can be held accountable for the crime of aggression against Biafra people and against other indigenous nationalities in Nigeria who wish to bring their case forward. To that end, we will continue to defend Biafra land and Biafra people with arms, sophisticated arms, that will lead to the declaration of Biafra as an independent state. We can never ever accept the United Kingdom position by addressing Nigeria as an Islamic state. On the Amazonia and Biafra Helsinki Declaration, the state of Nigeria, despite International Convention on Protection of Refugees and the Abuja 5-court ruling barring the Nigeria Islamic State from threatening Ambazonians as part of Cameroon. Nigeria state officials continue to allow themselves to be induced by Cameroon, their counterpart and their accomplice, and France into committing international crime against harmless citizens of Amazonia who clamor for their right amidst a backdrop of French neo-colonial pact, which make Cameroon a French province. Nigeria continue to promote the abuse of its own court and refuse to implement the ruling of its own court in favor of the Ambazonian citizens, the same way they are doing to Biafrans and Mazen Ambikani. The Biafra government in exile today wish to warn Nigeria and Cameroon on their nonsense boundary commission aimed at redrawing the map of Cameroon and Nigeria in order to illegally give Cameroon a maritime boundary with Nigeria. That particular attempt is null and void, and an international criminal exercise for that matter, which is bound to fail, even though the United Nations is backing it, without paying attention to the ongoing conflict in those areas and in those regions, because the United Nations is littered with Islamic agenda. The Fulanis from Nigeria has occupied many positions at the UN, and that's why we can never look up to them. Fellow Biafrans and Ambazonians, for the pact and the bilateral agreement we have signed in Helsinki, the Helsinki Declaration, for now, I'll assure you, the only map Cameroon has at the AU and the United Nations is the map she got as per quasi-independence in 1960. And that particular map does not have Southern Cameroon nor Bakassi in it. Nigeria and Nigerians, those who call themselves Nigerians, should ask what instrument or of domestic international law are they using to perpetuate this illegality. The Biafra Navy has been battling with Cameroon for weeks now in Bakassi, in our own territory, because of the illegality of Nigeria and Cameroon. We are very, very disappointed in those Christians in Biafra land, because all this is aimed and targeted at making sure that you don't resist the Islamization agenda that is being forced on you. Like I have said earlier, the Biafra government is considering sanctioning all the churches for deliberately supporting the Islamization of Nigeria, and they choose money over their value system. This is something that everybody must condemn. Their lackadaisical attitude and nonchalant attitude for not even condoning or responding to United Kingdom David Cameron, for acknowledging Nigeria as an Islamic state without any remorse. The Biafra government hereby wish to announce the following civil demonstration and civil disobedience in protest against Nigeria's involvement in the ongoing war in Israel as an Islamic state. It was boldly written on the gov.uk that Islamic State, and Nigeria is one of them officially. We are not part of the Islamic State. We can never support anything that goes against the interests of Israel. The Nigeria involvement is not in line with the Biafra people. And we are not part of it. You cannot be imposing your religion, your ideology on us. And then you go and start fighting Israel and supporting the against interests of Israel in the name of Nigeria, when we are still struggling to leave Nigeria and exit Nigeria. That is completely unacceptable. And this night we are making it very clear that Nigeria cannot speak for the Biafra people for forcefully trying to Islamize us. We are going to embark on a civil disobedience to make sure that those enablers within Biafra land, from the senators to the governors to the local government chairman to the House of Assembly to everybody, the state, the Nigeria state that represent Nigeria state in Biafra land, will feel the impact of the resistance of the Biafra people. Christmas is coming. December is coming. You cannot enjoy Christmas while you are living in an Islamic state country. And so, listen to the following announcement. Since the church and Christians in Biafra land have refused to speak up in one voice against the systematic conquest of our own people, listen to what is going to happen next month, December. For forcefully trying
Ndị be anyị ekenekwanụ m unu ọzọ. Daalụkwanụ rinne ka unu sikwa wee na-agba mbọ na-esonyere anyị n'ihe anyị na-eme. Dịka ị nụrụ ihe Biafran Prime Minister kwuru n'elu akwụkwọ n'ụbọchị nke taa bụ 26 of November 2023 bụ nke a na-akpọ Morning Tea. Ka ife nwere ike ikwu gbasịta maka ya bụ ife ndị nụgasị okwukwasị n'elu akwụkwọ a, ekebakwalu ka ị drọpụọla ya on the comment below na Eastern News 24. Anyị jikwara na-ekene Igbo m na-ege ntị, a sị na ya dịrị onye ọbụla na mma na eke, ya dịrị onye ọbụla na mma na orie, ụzọ ahịa nọ nke ndị Igbo n'azụ, ya dịrị anyị na mma.